How to improve Ninja Gaiden 4. Hey yo guys, how are you doing? Let's talk about Ninja Gaiden 4 and how the story and everything around it can be improved. So whatever you might think of Ninja Gaiden 3's story, if you love it, hate it, dislike it, or don't care about it, no matter where you stand, I think we all want Ninja Gaiden 4 to be successful and finally brought to life. We all know that Ninja Gaiden 3 has its share of problems when it comes to continuity and tying in the overall story of the Ninja Gaiden universe. Everything is more grounded in real-world politics, world-spanning plots to take down the human race. There are a lot of things wrong with it. And it's always a good idea to diagnose the problem, and it's even more important to provide solutions. And as always, we're gonna discuss some of your comments in the second half of this video. Thanks a lot for all the positive feedback you left on my last few videos and the great ideas for Ninja Gaiden 4 you left in the comments, but I'm getting ahead of myself. In order to understand the deeper problem with the Ninja Gaiden franchise, we have to use the low point and talk about the game that ended it all. The game that brought the Ninja Gaiden franchise to a halt, put Ninja Gaiden 4 on ice and even destroyed the developers responsible for the mess. A game to end it all. What started as a great idea for an expanded universe ended up in a complete disaster. But before we take a closer look, grab yourself some pizza and a Red Bull, kick back and make yourself comfortable, and let's check out the tragedy of Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Is Ninja Gaiden Yaiba misunderstood? If we talk about Yaiba, most people dismiss it as the worst title in the series or think of it as off-canon in the Ninja Gaiden universe. So in order to review this masterpiece, I had to replay it. I tried to get in with an open mind, ready to embrace its beauty. And I'm sorry to report, I failed. I failed miserably. Everyone was right, it is all true. But before we slaughter this game like a mindless zombie, let's talk about the positives. It's a Ninja Gaiden game after all. The first and only thing that comes to my mind is the marketing. Out of all things, there was some serious money burned here. Team Ninja managed to get Keiji Inafune on board to support the development team. They shipped the game with a high quality miniature comic, done by super talented comic artists and some quality writing. And the main menu music is really good too. Overall the music is well done. All the signs pointed to a fun hack and slash in the Ninja Gaiden universe. Even the intro was a great throwback. Yaiba fighting Ryo and going toe to toe with the Master Ninja, that brought back memories of the original NES intro. But as to be expected, Yaiba ends up on the losing side. But not before he could burst out in laughter about his own death. That's the kind of over-the-top comic writing I want to see. But Yaiba getting saved by a secret agency and rebuilt with cyborg parts, making him even more dangerous. And that's it. That's the whole story. We were off to a great start only to be disappointed later on. And I was really trying to love this game. I love Ninja Gaiden and I really wanted to love Yaiba too. But the story simply isn't good. Yaiba as a character, this guy is just unlikable. Let's take Ryo in comparison. He is this humble, few-worded master ninja that values honor and protecting his people above everything else. And then we have Yaiba, a hot-headed, careless, bad-mouthed nobody. Why should I even care about what happens to him? I mean, if the goal was to get as far away from what made the original Ninja Gaiden so great, well, they succeeded. Congrats, I guess. The whole storyline is all over the place. It feels completely disjointed. going from one set piece to another, whacking zombies, and they all have this weird intro animation. The developers must have really liked the introduction scenes, cause every time you enter a new arena, bam, introduction, bam, 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 bam. It is super annoying and doesn't add anything to the gameplay or story. Why is it even there? The whole concept sounded so awesome on paper, and other franchises around that time pulled it off more or less flawless, like Yakuza, Dead Souls or Red Dead Redemption, putting a unique spin on a well-established formula. I mean, it's Ninja Gaiden with zombies, sign me up for that! And the developers seem to have great intentions too.
Yaiba is a collaboration between 3 distinct teams that have all come together with a sort of a different background, and that's a really interesting collaboration. Having the opportunity to work with Mr. Inafune, with all the experience that he's brought to the table and his really drive and passion for innovation and trying to do something new in this space, as well as a lot of the experience that's come from all the combat design that Team Ninja's done in the past with the Ninja Gaiden games.
In case you didn't know, this game wasn't developed by Team Ninja because around 2010 the Japanese video game market faced some major problems. All the big AAA titles were coming from the West, and Japanese video game developers tried to outsource their franchises to appeal to a Western audience. In case of Ninja Gaiden, the franchise was handed to a smaller developer, Spark Unlimited. These guys had little to no knowledge about hack and slash games and worked mainly on first-person shooters, like the underwhelming Legendary and Lost Planet 3, which I tried out while writing this script, and I gotta say, it was pretty good. Fun to play, overall a very polished game with an entertaining single-player campaign. I understand why Team Ninja must have seen potential in Spark. The pitch for the game was awesome, and they tried to take the Ninja Gaiden universe into new directions. That's not a bad thing, but what is a bad thing is the gameplay.
Just set me loose and let me kill something.
Have fun, Yaiba.
You realize as soon as the real game starts and you're in control of Yaiba that all these great ideas failed to make it into the final product. Great packaging with nothing tangible in it. And oh man, if you're coming from the Sigma games, you can spot the difference immediately. It's like day and night. The controls don't feel fluid at all, Red is stiff and the attacks take just a hair too long. The whole gameplay is built around the classical Devil May Cry premise. You enter an arena, doors get shut, you fight waves of enemies, it all feels very arcadey. It even got the combo timer taking up the whole right corner of the screen. And while games like Devil May Cry managed to pull this all off with style and a likable chat character, Yaiba fails miserably. Everything in this game is super restricted. You can't go out of your way to explore. You want to wall run? Please follow the determined path. It feels like all the freedom of movement we had in the original Ninja Gaiden games was stripped away. This game simply isn't fun to play. The first commandment of Nintendo game development must have been skipped here. Fun gameplay first. I expected a smooth hack and slash with fun gameplay, but what I got was far from balanced. Damage sponge enemies and copy and paste bosses. Ninja Gaiden Yaiba was my most unpleasant game experience in many years. Ninja Gaiden games always manage to walk the fine line between hard and unfair. When you master their techniques and get into the flow of the game, you can walk through hordes of enemies, skyrocket the combo meter into unknown heights. You know you really mastered a Ninja Gaiden game when playing it gets you into the zone, being in a flow state where you're fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement and enjoyment in the process. Flow is being completely absorbed in whatever you're doing, no matter if you're doing your workout, going for a run or playing Ninja Gaiden. You lose your sense of space and time. That was the feeling that I had when playing the original Ninja Gaiden games. And some people defend Yaiba by saying Ninja Gaiden was always hard. Yeah, I know that! But in Yaiba, you won't die because of your lack of skill or attention. You will die because of extremely unbalanced enemies and the camera. Yes, you can get used to it on your second playthrough, but you're forced to hit and run because one hit of these freaking elite enemies will kill you. And these guys are super annoying. Every one of them is a freaking damage sponge, meaning they take tons of damage before they go down. And don't even get me started on the bosses. These guys have so much health and super strong attacks because whenever I think of them, I freaking lose it. It seems like Spark didn't even have the time to playtest Yaiba. There are still so many weird glitches, bugs, and the super long loading times in the game, and enemies, especially the elite ones, bug out all the time. Who needs a walking animation when the main character is dead? There is so much wasted potential in this game, and since the game sold very poorly, it was the last nail in the coffin for Spark Unlimited. The studio has officially laid off all their stuff and closed down a year after the release in 2015. The whole story around Ninja Gaiden Yaiba is just super sad. I'm always trying to see the positive, so hopefully Team Ninja has learned something from this whole mess and we will see an improved Ninja Gaiden 4 sooner or later. And talking about the positives, let's jump into the comment section, discuss some of your ideas, and let's check out what features you guys want to see in Ninja Gaiden 4.
This is where it all began, Yaiba.
A lot of you seem to be against my single player only rule for Ninja Gaiden 4. To get things clear, I'm not against co-op or even deathmatch in Ninja Gaiden 4. My intent was that Team Ninja focuses their development efforts on delivering a tense and action-packed single-player campaign that is fun to play first. And if they got the resources, go all out for co-op. I'm down for Ninja Gaiden co-op. We have a few options. Keep it classic 2-player co-op missions like we had in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, or make it 4-player co-op madness like the Black Bullet suggested. Personally, I would prefer 2-player co-op fun. Finding others to play games online is already hard enough, and if you have to find 4 people, it could also get a bit messy, as the 1X commented. Another suggestion was to be able to switch weapons on the fly. I still remember playing Devil May Cry 3, and this was hands down the coolest mechanic ever. The whole gameplay felt so fluid and the combo meter skyrocketed. This is one of the coolest features in any hack and slash game. Hugo D said Team Ninja should make it in the style of Batman Arkham Knight and The Witcher 3, with a more open world and villages you could travel through and find dojos and masters that teach you new techniques. And that sounds super awesome. I would be down for a Witcher style Ninja Gaiden. I mean, the focus should be on the gameplay first and the fighting mechanics, but a huge open world to explore with tons of meaningful side missions in the world of Ninja Gaiden would be so awesome. But this is like a huge time and of course money investment. We are talking about hundreds of people with the knowledge to pull this off, working on it full time. I mean, if Tecmo would outsource the next game to CD Projekt Red, that would be a dream come true. A lot of you guys wanted to see Itagaki return too, and to my knowledge and the almighty internet, there is still bad blood between Team Ninja and Itagaki. After quitting his job, Itagaki and Team Ninja had to settle things in court, so the chances of him returning to Team Ninja might be pretty slim. But there is still hope. Maybe we will see light at the end of the tunnel one day. And Goth Angel wanted to know, will Rio finally find a girlfriend in Ninja Gaiden 4? What do you guys think? What new feature would you love to see in Ninja Gaiden 4? And are you one of the few people that enjoyed playing Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z? And would you love to see Yaiba as a side character in a new upcoming Ninja Gaiden game? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to kick the like button, subscribe and follow me on Twitter. But most importantly, have a great day and get the kick out of gaming.